y'all click that link, boop, right down there in the video description. Get over to Patreon, General Seti. Get that work. Talking about Senator, I think is she a senator? Ilhan Omar. Yeah, she's from Somalia, and real, she's a what they call a spark plug, meaning she's always attacking, and and I'm not for or against. I don't even really listen to her, so I don't even know what she's saying. But at the same time, they keep her name in the news. I didn't seen her go off on Donald Trump, and hey, whatever it is, it is. But at the same time, she's from Somalia, and you in the United States, and and you running off at your mouth, and that go for anybody that come from somewhere else, and you really making you making it hot for yourself. Well, I mean, some people say fuck it, that's what it's about. But that's why a lot of their ass is on their way up out of here. They being deported. They deporting their ass up out of here like of 40 going north. You feel what I'm saying? And so all that TPS shit has ended. They getting they sending the Haitians out of here. You could go right now, look at the videos where they walking their ass off the plane right now. They every day they got a video camera that sit right there at the airport. And as soon as they pull up, and so TPS has ended for Somalians. And that was about maybe 2 weeks ago. And I knew right then and there. I said, oh, well, Ilhan Omar, she's next. And I'll be goddamn if you don't go up on the news and they say I got her under investigation, saying she has some fraud going on. And so Donald Trump gonna push like hell. And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? To think, I mean, at the same time, you coming from a nation that really, I mean, it is. We speak about, when right is right, wrong is wrong. Somalia has been a fucking a goddamn warmongering nation for a long time. You've been a on their own people, on their own goddamn people. Somalia been over there for years, warlords, and every goddamn thing else, warlords. Ain't even really had a formal government in place. And so you come over here, and yeah, it is fucked up. But a lot of times when you coming from a fucked up place and then you come somewhere else, and it very well may be fucked up, in a lot of ways. And so, but is it your responsibility to be so vocal about what's going on here, where you come from is a goddamn cesspool? You see what I'm saying? And that's not to be disrespectful. That's, black people have to take accountability for their motherfucking city, their community, whatever. A lot of times, like we want to focus on what we do, we focus on the immigrant and say, oh yeah, and they is over here trying to get a bag. And they gonna try to get the bag. But as they put their ass out of here, the reality is it don't change what's going on over here. Niggas is still off the chain. They still killing, robbing, stealing, and raping, robbing, and every fucking thing else. That don't change that. And so everybody really want to focus on each other, but they don't want to focus what's going on in their own personal house. That's what it is. And so, knowing that she come over, and I'm, what, like I say, I'm not pro or against, because ain't neither one of me fighting for our community right here. Real talk. The Somalians over there getting the bag for Somalians. Okay. And so, and niggas mad at them for getting the bag because they wasn't able to, get the scheme going. I mean, when it's warfare, it's warfare. So they come over here, get $1 billion or $2 billion. Why couldn't you get the 2 or 3? And you're making money any motherfucking way. So you didn't need to get it like they getting it no way. Niggas have got a industry, a untapped industry. They just get it. You see, the thing is, a lot of people say black people can't do shit. Yes, they can do a whole lot of shit. They just do it for everybody else. That's all it is. When people say black people can't build in the economy, that's a motherfucking lie. Look what they did for the Arabs. Look what they did for the Arabs. The Arabs came over here, them motherfuckers was shitting in buckets, riding on goats. These motherfuckers come over here. I seen them when they first got here. Yeah, I seen them when they first got here. They wasn't riding around in no motherfucking Mercedes Benzes and shit. They was just getting over here. So I seen them when they first came. They was some little dusty ass Arabs, you know, with a little corner store. The motherfucker wasn't even built up. A lot of times it was just, they only had shells for the liquor. The shit was barren in that motherfucker. Yeah, they had some little potato chip, but they was just getting rolling. They didn't have them magnificent liquor stores that they got today. And over the course of them motherfuckers coming into Detroit, I know I seen them. You know, I was all my life I seen them. They was there when I was young, right there on my corner. They was already there. So they've been in Detroit well over fucking 60, 70 years making money. You know what I'm saying? To the point that Dearborn, where they didn't, you know, that guy, what's his name? El Said and shit. They didn't elected one of the first Arab and an Islamic national into the Senate coming out of goddamn Michigan. I been was talking about that. I say, well, goddamn, they done made Dearborn the capital. But you know who fed them motherfuckers? Them niggas in Detroit. And I don't give a fuck who don't like it. I'm telling you, been telling. Fed they ass to now they got more power than goddamn niggas. And here it is, and that's real talk. So I mean, so they trying to come with that, and we're gonna talk about that fucking Sharia law. They coming with a different, you know, ideology, and I'm not about no goddamn Sharia law. Yeah, around the 70s. You said it came, yeah, that's about it, right? That's about it, right around the 70s. Yeah, right about around that time, because when, you know, I seen them when I was young, they was already there. Shit, I was in elementary school, and them motherfuckers was already on the corners. You know what I'm saying? They was already on the corners, but, you know, she said, I mean, you can't come in no another man's house, and it ain't about right or wrong. It's about power. You know what I'm saying? They're not about to let you come in their house and talk greasy to them. And don't and whether you could do it, but you know they're gonna be on your head as soon as they get a chance to. So they when in that TPS, you see how they putting them Haitians out of here, man. They gonna extradite them goddamn Somalians 2, 3 times faster. They're gonna put their ass up out of here. Straight up. They're gonna get Ghost and Ilhan Omar going behind them. You know what I'm saying? Or they're gonna make it very hard on her in the United States. You know, they're gonna make it very hard on her in the United States, as it would be if you take your ass over to any Islamic nation and see, any Islamic nation, and go over there talking any type of Christian or any black power ideology, nigga, they gonna cut your head off. That's what Sharia law is about. And so, you know, they getting a foothold in America now. They getting a foothold. And this motherfucker, and so I've always been vocal about Arabs. You know, other people, you know, they got, they might have a dominant Oriental population. You go out west, there's a lot of Orientals. You know what I'm saying? You go out west, and I don't know what the dynamic, but I know in the Midwest, the Arab is that population that got the liquor stores, got the gas station. Yeah, get that motherfucker out. Got the gas stations and all of that. And so that's how and people got to understand that what the Arab is doing in the United States in black communities is no different than what he's doing in Africa on a greater scale. That's why when they came over, you know, they couldn't have, you know, niggas was, when they first got here, man, niggas and Arabs was at it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't niggas wasn't taking shit off them, but generations have grown up under them motherfuckers. So the first generation of niggas, man, they was like fuck, and I'm still the same way because I seen how niggas was on their head. You know what I'm saying? Like, not today, because it's a whole different dynamic, and I don't give a fuck about saying it. They took over the drug trade, and yeah, that's true. And motherfuckers don't want to talk about it because they still doing what the fuck they doing in the hood. So, Alibaba is the plug, and so they don't say shit. Alibaba is the plug, and so yeah, that's what they do. And so at the same time, not only is the motherfucker selling a liquor, selling gas, and all the shit that he'll get his motherfucking head cut off if he was in his motherland, he couldn't sell liquor. He couldn't sell liquor as a Muslim. A lot of them is probably Chaldeans. They probably Christians, but nevertheless, that don't mean shit. They can come over. They can sell your ass pork. They can sell your ass liquor. You understand? And sell you dope. And you know what I'm saying? Sell you dope. Real talk. Selling, and paraphernalia and shit for your shit. Yeah, nigga. You don't get, I don't give scumbag niggas diplomatic immunity. I don't even know where niggas come up with that shit from. Where you give a scumbag nigga diplomatic immunity to do all the shit that he do to the community and don't nobody, you know what I'm saying? They don't even do that shit overseas. You don't see no righteous community. They cut your motherfucking head off. You go overseas. Now thank you, family. That's something that some of it I'm in agreement. Some of these niggas need to get their motherfucking shit chopped on. You know what I'm saying? You stealing, get your hand chopped off. Nigga, you violating the woman, get your thing, get that motherfucker chopped off. You do shit like that, that's how they respond. So some of that, now some of it I don't agree with. Yeah, but when you got a tyrant ass community of niggas that want to pillage and shit, yeah, some of that shit might very well nigga think about it long and hard before they do some of that dumb shit. But there's some other aspect to that shit that's imperialistic where they just want to control the populace by any means necessary. You see? And black people ain't gonna fare well under no damn Sharia law because niggas have always been slaves in Islam. That's just what it is. And so not only you got white supremacy, now you got you got Arab supremacy with Sharia and Islamic rule. So I mean, niggas is letting these brutal regimes just pop up around them like weeds, and they still out here fumbling with this shit, trying to figure it out. Black power, nigga. That's it. That's the only answer. Ain't no other answer. You niggas is gonna melt off and they gonna deal with you niggas. Your time is coming, whether you believe it or not. You understand? Once you listen to them and all you have to do is look at Africa. That's all you have to do for both the European and the Arab. That's all you have to do. That's your motherfucking, that's all you have to do is observe and that'll tell you what your future is under the rule of these type of regimes. So you better wake your ass up. Ilhan Omar, they gonna make life hard for her. Because matter of fact, they about to put a lot of them out. And it ain't a damn thing she could do about it. So that right there is a blow in itself. To even if they don't put her out. Even if they don't put her out, they pretty much gonna force her out of politics because who gonna vote for her ass? If they dismantle the Somalian population in Minnesota, who gonna vote for her? Shit, they gonna use the whole system. They already them, you know what I'm saying? They gonna ICE, the police, all of them. That's what it is. It ain't just ICE. It's the police, it's the feds, it's the CIA, it's the state police, it's it's the county, it's all of them. So it ain't no one. It ain't gonna be no one. They coming. If you study, we'll talk about it. King Alfred plan and all the agencies that they gonna come together. You see, it ain't gonna be no one. Ain't FEMA is another one of them. They going, especially if FEMA, if they enact a state of emergency and shit, they take over. FEMA take over. If it's a state of, and they say it's a national, and niggas, FEMA can fucking take over. Real talk. Anyway, I'm out of here, family. I be black. Don't you go nowhere. Boop. Click that link right down there in the video description. Patreon, General Seti, Etsy, one stop, and I'll get right back with you. Boom. Black Pop.